Right, you're welcome. My name is Solagbade, and this is a special broadcast um, under my Web Marketing for CEOs series. It's titled "You Need to Take Ownership of Your Web Marketing System to Achieve Zero Cost Marketing Success. 9 tips." I actually wrote this paper way back in 2011. I mean, that's over 12 years ago, right? September 20, yeah, I think it was September 2011, 30th of September 2011. So about 12 years ago. And I did another kind of update to it on the 17th of January 2016. That's I think again 7 years ago. All right, and then today I've decided to republish it because I realized that I'm getting a lot more work from clients who are kind of having their eyes open to the need to have to make intelligent use of the web to attract potential buyers. Like I always say, marketing is not about selling. Marketing is about creating awareness that you offer something for sale that might be of benefit to the people who fit your target audience profile. So it's about getting noticed. It's about creating interest, generating attention, and attracting people or drawing them near so that they make inquiries, they contact you, send you emails, contact you on WhatsApp, call you up on your phone line, things like that. That's what marketing is supposed to do. It's supposed to generate leads for you, and then you use your selling skills to close the sale. So 2 different processes, but they're actually related very closely. But it's important to understand when you're doing marketing, the measure of how successful or effective your marketing is not going to be how many sales you've made. It's going to be how much marketing reach and impact you've achieved. That's going to be measurable in a variety of ways. Again, those are things that members of my Web Marketing for CEOs Club we talk about. I discuss with them. I do one-on-one voice note summaries and all that. In fact, this presentation actually would have been made exclusive to members of the club, but I decided that no, I would do it in such a way that the information will be made available to whoever wishes to visit my channel and kind of click on the link on Finding Good Buyers link for the playlist. But then those who choose to take it beyond that, who want to know what exactly does this web, what does this web marketing system look like, blah blah blah, then would engage with me by using the contact details on your screen, and then we'll talk more about it and how you can become a member of the club. Because if I go to do any web marketing work for you, the first step is you've got to join my club. So that's it. That was just an intro. Now, so let me go straight into the meat of the matter. This subject, how to take ownership of your web marketing system to achieve zero cost marketing success. The 9 tips I want to offer you are based on the fact that, first of all, I developed a concept called the web marketing system. I actually conceived it based on the success I was achieving, minuscule as it was at that time, but over time as it evolved, I refined my techniques as I had studied all these other people in different parts of the world, digitally. And so I found out that some of the things I had learned from these guys in those societies, those developed countries, were not easy to just copy and paste and use in my part of the world. So I was forced to look inwards and look for what was peculiar about my society that made it impossible to just superimpose or transpose those stuff into my society and use for my own marketing success. And I found out what the differences were, cultural differences, buying tendencies and all that, and I evolved a version of the collection of stuff I was trying to do that worked for my economy. And then I began to make sales. Funny enough, by the time I made it work for my society, I found out I was able to actually take it and come back into the digital world and approach a global audience, and I began to make sales internationally to different parts of the world. Today I can confidently tell you that I have buyers, people who are my clients in places like the Philippines, the UAE, Pakistan, across Africa, East Africa. You have Kenya, Malawi, Zimbabwe, Uganda, Benin Republic. I could go on. Guinea, the UK. I've had buyer from Canada. So at the USA, the thing is, this system works. The beauty of what I have, however, is that not only does it work for people in developed parts of the world who are so used to buying from the web, it also works for people who are in peculiar environments like Africa, where we don't exactly have the things that make internet purchases happen so spontaneously. People don't have debit and credit cards, so they have to go through a lot more. They do have today, but even then, what are we talking about? Just a few months ago, the Central Bank of Nigeria suddenly completely requested that the banks completely disable the use of cards for online purchase. So we're back to where we started. You simply can't just pick up your card and make international purchases online anymore. So it kind of enforces the point I was making, that there are peculiarities in this part of the world that make it a bit more difficult for you to make sales using the web, because all kinds of obstacles may be placed in your path. But if you use this kind of system I'm talking about, you're able to build relationships that make it possible to make sales. So I wanted to give this preamble because I realized that whoever is going to think of committing time to this will need to be convinced that, okay, this is going to be worth my time. The subtitles for this presentation is in two parts. Understanding what makes your web marketing system different from most of what others do, and it's very, very different. And B, how to leverage it to achieve your success as a person trying to attract buyers for what you sell. It doesn't matter whether what you're selling is physical or digital or both. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter even if you're selling ideas, because I sell ideas. I make money selling ideas. I literally, at the risk of sounding like I'm bragging, actually make money literally at will. It's simply a matter of identifying people that I'm going to target with my ideas, concepts, and begin to promote my content towards that particular audience. And over time, I build a relationship with them. Some of them reach out and contact me, having followed me for a while, and then from there we take it to the next level where they become my clients. It just happens, and it doesn't just happen overnight. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of persistence. So I'm going to start with a quote. All right. What most people wrongly seek to accomplish in their promotional efforts is to obtain short-term cash flow and not long-term results. And they usually accomplish this by offering sales, promotions, discounts, and price reductions. Discounting is really like a drug. It brings in some business, and for some, it may even bring in a lot of business. But the effect usually wears off, and the company will soon find itself with the need to discount further in order to create more business, let alone to stay in it. This quote is credited to Ellis Verdi, who was once a president of National Retail Advertisers Council, and he was quoted to have said this by a man called Michel Fortin, whose book I always actively recommend to all my web marketing for CEOs club members and all my clients, web marketing. And like I said, before you can become a client, okay, in the area of web marketing, you've got to become a member of my club. It's a requirement. So that's the first step. So the book in which I saw that this was written and credited to Ellis Verdi, the book titled The 10 Commandments of Power Positioning. I'm telling you about this book because it's a free book. It's been a free book as far as I've known it, for as long as I've known about its existence. But there was a time when Michel Fortin, I understand, was selling it for over $1,000. Believe me. And then one day he made it free, way before I discovered him. And then I found it. I got a copy of it, and it changed my life as far as web marketing goes, even as far as marketing in general goes. However, the truth is I found that a lot of the ideas there, I couldn't just take them, and like I said, I couldn't superimpose them for use in the Nigerian marketplace, in the African marketplace. So I had to adapt a lot of the ideas, and some of them I completely discarded. And then I came up with my own, mixed everything. And that's the whole idea of creativity. That's why we're told that it's better to, the ability to think creatively, to employ critical thinking skills is crucial to success in life. So if you can think for yourself, you can think creatively, you have a flexible mindset, you'll be able to achieve success in any area of endeavor, no matter the obstacles that you encounter. All right, so that was the introduction to this presentation. I'm now going to go on to discuss the first of the 9 tips that I want to share with you that will help you to take ownership of your web marketing system to achieve zero-cost marketing success in any market across the world. Right, thanks for listening to this presentation. If you'd like to get a PDF transcript version of what you've just heard, just go into the description box below for this video and click the link provided. You'll see a link there that says you can get a PDF transcript download version, and you visit my website and you'll be able to get that. All right, and if you have any questions, like I've hinted at the start of the presentation, just use the contact details on your screen or the details provided in any of the PDF transcripts you pick up from my website, and reach out to me. It will be my pleasure to respond. I wish you well.